Flaming Pie Archive Collection Deluxe Edition from Paul McCartney's coming on July 31st. Let's have a look. So it's been rumoured for such a long time, but it's finally been announced. I'm going to be following it every step of the way here, and I'll be getting the big package, hopefully on release day, and unboxing it live on this channel. So please subscribe if you haven't done already, and you'll be able to see that. So there's various configurations been announced. There's a 2LP version, which is a half-speed remaster. There's a 3LP version, which has got that 2LP version of the original album, plus an extra disc full of extra stuff. So let's have a look at what's going to be on that. You can see that there's various demos and home recordings of most of the songs on the album, but of course some of the songs like Used to Be Bad and Really Love You were jams in the studio, so there wasn't any demos of those. But I also noticed that there's no Heaven on a Sunday there, but that does appear in some of the other versions. Now that 3LP version is going to be coming in a box. I don't think we've not had a boxed vinyl version of any of these Paul McCartney archives so far, so that'll be really interesting to see what that feels like when you get it in your hands. I'm hoping it's something like last year's Abbey Road set, because that was a really nice vinyl box. But then there's going to be a regular 2 CD version, with first disc having the album remastered, second disc again is going to have lots of extra demos and home recordings on it. But then there's the deluxe version that we all love, that we always get from Paul in these archive collections. So in this case, it's 5 CDs plus 2 DVDs. I don't think we've had 5 CDs at all yet during the archive collection, but let's have a look at what's going to be on those discs. So disc 1 is going to be the album remastered. Disc 2, so this is probably, I think this is going to be fairly similar to the third disc of the vinyl set, where it's home recordings and demo versions. So there's some interesting looking titles there. Obviously this is all songs that have made it onto the album. There's very little on this deluxe set that's actually new songs that we've not had before. You'll see that as we go through it. Disc 3, what's that going to be? That's going to be studio tracks. So I'm thinking that this might be a bit like the Flowers in the Dirt set, where, you know, we had a disc of demos that he did with Elvis Costello. Then there was a next disc where it was the next stage on, where they were demoed in the studio. So maybe this is going to be a similar kind of approach here, but CD3 is studio tracks, so not home demos. But again, it's mostly things that came from the album. But there's a couple of other things there. Come On Down, Come On Baby. So I'm interested to hear what that's going to be. But there's also a rough mix of Whole Life. And Whole Life is a song that has been around for a while, but it would be nice to hear sort of an early mix of that. Disc 4 then. So this is mainly a collection of the B-sides that were on the singles of the time. So those 3 singles, which of course were Young Boy, there was Beautiful Night, and there was The World Tonight. So we've got the Ubu Jubu episodes from those, so that those sort of versions of the radio show that he was doing in the mid-1990s. And they've got some great other songs mixed in there as well, like I Love This House. I think that's a fantastic Paul song. You've got the regular B-sides that were on this, Looking For You, Broomstick, Love Come Tumbling Down, and Same Love. And there's also the Ballad of the Skeletons, which was a song that he did with Allen Ginsberg. It was a poem of Allen Ginsberg's that he'd turned into music at that time, and Paul made that with him. And it was released back then, but it was something that probably passed a lot of Paul fans by at the time. It certainly did for me, anyway. So that's disc 4. Disc 5 is an interesting one that I'm still trying to get my head around exactly what it's going to be containing, but it's called Flaming Pie at the Mill. And I understand that this is probably like a radio interview that Paul did at the time for the album. So that'll be interesting. I'm pretty sure I've never heard that before. So that's the 5 CDs. There's then a couple of DVDs. The first DVD is the In the World Tonight documentary. So I'm really pleased that we've got this, because I remember watching this at the time and really enjoying it. Paul's done some great sort of making ofs for his albums over the years, and this was another really good one. So it's good that we've got that. And then the second DVD looks packed with the videos for the songs, such as Beautiful Night and the making of Little Willow, World Tonight. There was a World Tonight and Young Boy. There's actually a couple of different versions of each, and they're both on here. Then you've got what's called Flaming Pie EPK. So EPK is electronic press kits. So these are those things that sort of sent out to TV stations and radio stations for them to have access to media that helps them to publicise the album. So it's good that we've got those on there. And there's various information on here about sort of album artwork meetings, TFI Friday performances. So that I'm glad that's on there. So TFI Friday, for those that don't know, is a British sort of tea time music and chat program that was on at the time, and Paul performed Young Boy and Flaming Pie live on stage during the TFI Friday with videos in the background of him being his own backing band. So there's one TV screen with him playing drums and another TV screen with him playing guitar. There was sort of about 4 or 5 screens behind him, so they're on there. That's really good. And a David Frost interview that I don't remember from the time, so I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. So that's the Super Deluxe edition, and you can see that there's all sorts that comes with it as well. There's an episode of the Club Sandwich newspaper that was around at the time, and also a newspaper called The Flame, which was a sort of advertising the Flaming Pie album, and all sorts of sort of replicas of handwritten notes, and of course some great looking books as well that will hopefully feature a lot of Linda's photographs. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to be putting there are some links down below to Amazon for all these products. If you click on those, that will take you to the pages if you want to order any of this stuff. But it is also there is also going to be this limited edition super edition. I'm going to do a separate video on that. So there'll be a link to that as soon as that's available. And I may or may not buy that myself. If I do buy that, again, I will unbox that live on this channel on release day, so please stick around. So I'm really excited for this release, as I always am for a Paul McCartney archive collection. As you can see, I've got them all up there. I intend to keep getting them. I'll certainly be getting this one. I'd love to know your comments down below about what you're going to buy, whether you're excited for this release, what do you think's missing. And please join me on the journey over the next few months as Flaming Pie Archive Collection finally hits the shelves. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.